Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. He's got all the powers of Superman for 24 hours. It's Ben.
If that were true, I would not be here. There's no way in fuck. I mean, it would be funny. That would be a bit. Like, I got the powers of Superman. What am I doing with my day? I'm doing a podcast. I'm just sitting. I didn't even fly to you to do the podcast in person. Just like normal bullshit setup. You know. It'd be funny. It'd be very funny.
You could at least multitask.
I mean, that'd be doing a podcast would be fucking infuriating. I'd hear like everything. Can he shut that off? Surely he can like kind of tune it out.
No.
You can't. So
I mean,
he's just like used to like kind of filtering or whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
he
be.
He can handle it.
I'm not. I wouldn't be used to it. Man,
he's got a super brain.
Look, I'll mention quickly that we read Superman comics. We did All-Star
Superman.
12 issues.
Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley doing the art.
I saw a very funny bit that someone had done. Like, they did like a voiceover thing for like old stills of like cartoons or something for like Justice League or whatever. And it was like them talking, like Batman was like talking about how great super speed is or something, and Superman and the Flash are like, no, it's ass. Like, it sucks. He's like, wow, you can read a book, and Superman interrupts him. He's like, no. To you, I'm reading that book like instantaneously. But for me, I'm sitting here and reading a 500-page satellite manual at normal speed. And I can't just read it. I have to learn it to like fix the satellite or whatever. The comment section was a bunch of actuallys, but fuck, it was killing me. Like, the Flash is like, it's just walking normally for me. And like, you guys don't ask me to like go across the city. It's like, go to Antarctica, Flash. Like, walking to Antarctica. It was a good time. Oh man. In regard to the comic though, very good. I'd actually seen some bits of this. Do you want to guess which couple of chunks get like posted as single pages or couple of pages randomly online?
I feel like I should know, but I'm drawing a blank.
It's the saving the girl from jumping off the building. That one gets like randomly tossed in. And then everybody talks about how the other time he did that was super notable was better because it was longer and he had more of a speech or whatever. Or one of the other times. I assume he's done it. I assume that comes up more than
once.
Yeah.
I also don't think making it longer makes it better, but okay.
Yeah, not necessarily, but like he had more to say about it, I guess. As someone coming in fresh, the extra dialogue was nice, but I can see how it doesn't really. Anyway, and the other one is when Pa has a heart attack. That one gets that page or whatever. I forget the context, but like I had seen those specifically before. Which like that shit was good. His hair lighting on fire. I mean, the emotional impact was also very good.
Yeah.
But this is, I mean, the whole all 12 issues, like, it was a solid time. Atlas and Samson kind of suck. They were sort of the worst. But like
they were. Yeah. It's fine. They got their arms broken.
Yeah, dude, the double fucking just the picture of him in the hospital, he's just fucked up. Yeah, arm wrestle him. Go on.
Fucking do it.
I wasn't sure. Does this lead into something based on the ending? Like, does it lead into another thing, or is it just kind of like?
No, it's kind of a reference. It's a reference to a story that had happened before this.
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, I kind of like that,
which is DC 1,000,000.
Gotcha.
In which Golden Superman emerges from the the solar fortress of solitude.
See, I was wondering about that. Like at the end, I'm like, if this continues, does he live or die? Like, is this a setup for like following someone else or whatever, and then he comes back later? I assume like he doesn't actually die or whatever, but
no.
And for me,
you actually
like, he doesn't.
There's in that the issue where Pa Kent dies, the golden Superman that emerges.
Yeah,
that's Superman. That's just Superman from the far future. That's why his response is, "Which version of you are me?" And he goes, "Ha."
Yeah. No, I like had a vague. I vaguely recall that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I thought this was going into at one point was after he comes out of the sun the first time, like when he saves the exploration mission, and they're like, "You're pushing on the equivalent of 200 quintillion tons," and he's like not even sweating. I'm like, is this the lead up? I had seen one thing that like someone had referenced before where it's like him in this chair, he's like doing a bench press, and they're like, "Yeah, you're bench pressing a neutron star. Like, we can't fucking go higher than this." And then like I'm like, is this leading into that? And I'm like, no, the art was different. The adventures of me trying to piece together shit I've seen randomly. And being wrong every time. I did not connect that it would have the 2 pages that I had seen, even though the art style is obviously a tell.
Frank Whiteley has a distinct style.
Yeah. It took a little bit to warm up to.
Sure, I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say I'm not as like, this is often touted as like the best Superman comic.
Really?
I'm not as hot on it. Yeah, this is the one. People like, if you're gonna give people, if you ask like, what's the one Superman comic to read, this is the one people say.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I don't agree. We didn't.
Yeah. That's
we didn't
very
do it
funny.
First.
I don't know, man.
I think it's really good, but it's not.
Yeah, it's
and
solid.
It's partially because it's a story about Superman dying. Like, the heightened nature of it, I think, makes it less important to me ultimately, because there's something about like normal superhero adventures of just Superman being Superman that I just like better.
Yeah. No, I when I finished it, my thought at the end, like my immediate take based on the information I had, was that and like the dialogue from everybody, like we get Lois saying that like she knows that he'll emerge, like he'll, once he's finished like building the new heart of the sun or whatever, he'll come back. I'm like, this sounds like they're not confirming Superman is dead, but like he's dead, like in this comic, but like you're open to believe that he's not, which I choose to do. Secondly, if I'm assuming he's dead, Hank was right. This kind of sucks. I don't really like this. Like it's fine, but I was really. I honestly thought there would be some, like he'd fly into the sun and there'd be like some bullshit would happen, and they'd like talk about the extra solar boost did the inverse. You're fine. It's all good. I thought there'd be something like that going on. Like I thought him thinking he's gonna die is fine. Like that, like, oh, this thing is happening, like you got limited time, and then him like going through that, I think is okay. Following through on it, I'm like, it's cool when he just gets to do his thing though. No, I'm also,
I don't know. It's just like the context
biased
in which it adds to all these stories.
Yeah.
Instead of it just be like, I don't know. It's just something less heroic about like how much he has this all planned out already.
Yeah. And like
Like none of it is him like there's so much of it that's not him reacting in the moment. That's him like he knew Luthor was going to do this, and he had it all set up to solve.
Yeah.
That doesn't get me in my Superman feels.
Getting all that inside information from the future.
Yeah, just like having the answer beforehand. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think normally I wouldn't.
It's a little too clever, I think.
Sure.
That was on the writing end.
I wouldn't mind, but like I didn't think like if there was like fun interactions or something going on, I wouldn't really. It's like My Adventures with Superman, right? Like the Superman stuff is okay. The villain stuff is kind of meh, but like the Superman and Lois stuff is like top tier. So the other stuff doesn't matter. This didn't have that. Like I thought that stuff was fine, but it didn't. It's not like it made up for it necessarily.
No, it's like this is not a book about like characters interactions and stuff.
No.
Which is like, I mean, it's kind of fitting because it is trying to like do Silver Age Superman, and it's not like there were well written characters with great dialogue in the Silver Age.
Yeah.
But that's like, but character interaction stuff is like kind of some of my favorite stuff. So
I think
I can't say this is like up there for my favorite thing.
I think the thing one of the things that like
there's plenty of Superman stuff I love that doesn't have that either. So
sure. One of the things that caught me that I thought was really fun and done very well. Not that other things don't do it well, but how he acted as Clark, like just the extreme like klutziness, like fucking tripping into stuff, and like the fact that it never really lets up, you know, like he's just fully in that, like that's him. He's just a guy who's a klutz.
No, him using his super klutzness to like do things.
Yeah,
like when he saves Luthor's life in like their first meeting by just tripping over stuff to unplug that machine so Luthor doesn't blow himself up. That shit's good.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, him interacting with Luthor in the cell was like pretty good, just because Jack Luthor was pretty funny. Like, feel this. Fucking feel that bicep. That's real, baby. He's fucking flexing. He's jacked. What? You have an escape route? Why don't you just leave? He's like, no. Fuck you. He's like that. My immediate thought, like my in the moment thoughts as I'm reading that page, see the girl first, I'm like, nice, an evil hottie, and then he's like, she's 18, and then I'm like, nice, a child, that no longer hot. Fucking lead with that.
God damn it,
dude, it's not my fault. She didn't have to be 18. There's no reason. And if she is, they didn't have to draw her like that. And she was like, whatever. She was kind of boring.
Yeah, she was not. She didn't do anything.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. So the thing is, like this is good, but it doesn't, it doesn't get me going, I guess, as much as other Superman stuff.
Yeah.
But I have to. It's like, it's the thing for most people. It seems like.
And see, for me, I guess another big thing for me was like all the things that this has where I'm like, yo, I remember seeing this in like animated series or something. I think that was the majority of places I would have seen these. I don't know about other comics we've read, but like a lot of it was familiar, right? Especially like the people coming back in time. and helping out or
Yeah,
doing whatever. I'm like, I remember this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not the Legion of Superheroes. They're just like
yeah.
Supermen, but it's the same idea.
Yeah. But no, I agree. I mean, like, dude, after we read fucking Kingdom Come, and I was like this is not Kingdom Come. That shit had me amped. This is like, yeah, it's good. It's fine. I enjoyed it. I mean, I fucking burned through it. Like, I read it in a night.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's very nice reading.
But I feel like most of the things I have to say are like saying, yeah, but this is not, I don't love this as much.
Yeah.
Like, frankly, I don't like that take on Clark of him being all, because it's
Being all what?
that, like, that it's like a put on, kind of, that it's not like just who Superman
Okay,
is.
yeah,
really.
like he's leaning into like the acting a little bit more.
Yeah.
I can see that. Cause that was like,
Which is like yeah. And it's like the Superman movie, the Christopher Reeve ones, like, really play into that idea too. Like, which I feel like is where this idea is the most strongest. I don't know how. Like, it's definitely, like, in the comics he's not cool. But like that specific thing of like hunched shoulders and mumbling or whatever. It's so tied to that movie to me.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, my version of Clark Kent, like, in my head, comes from the like George Reeve TV show, where Clark Kent is kind of like his cooler. He would for like whenever that show was made, like I don't remember. But he's like the cooler one, and then Superman is the square, where he's like his hands on the shoulders, and just like he's just not cool. But he's Superman.
See, and for me right now, I'm like, I just think about the
50s,
the animated series, you know?
Yeah. And I think
like,
that 90s animated series Superman is closer to that.
I mean, fucking,
to me, it's kind of splitting the difference, but it's closer to the George Reeve one.
Look,
me.
the line where he's like, "Yeah, I'm Superman, Lois. See, I masquerade as Clark Kent so I can beat you to the byline, or whatever." And she's like, "You're a sick man." Like, that shit's just like, it's too good. That sealed the deal on that vision.
Yeah, fair. But he did it without like stumbling.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not being like he's normal. He's just he's a guy.
Yeah,
like, you're allowed to have quips. You don't have to be like Mr. Cool Guy to do a bit now and again.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I mean, ultimately, it was just very nice, like, doing more Superman stuff. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do Superman.
Yeah,
it's been a bit. It's been a fucking while since we've done any Superman stuff.
I mean, it's been a while since we recorded too many podcasts, but yeah.
Yeah,
the last thing we recorded, I think, was still Superman.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, man. I can barely remember what happened yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know. Superman's good, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's fucking great. Continues to be like my favorite dude. And like, I mean, between between doing Doctor Doom and now doing Superman, like I'm very happy. I'm having a good time. It is
The two kinds of dude, Superman and Doctor Doom.
the two kinds of dude, yeah. The two masculine genders.
Yeah. The selfless one and the selfish one.
Just incredible.
Both wear a cape.
Yeah, that's the key thing, right? Clearly.
It's about having a sense of style.
Yeah. I mean, the moment Doctor Doom was like sealed for me was when they'd go into, I forget what comic we were even fucking reading at this point. I don't think it was Masters of Evil. Is that the name of it? Masters of Evil?
It was Doctor Doom and the Masters of Evil.
Yeah. I don't think it was that one. I think it was something before. I don't even know if he was the focus. But they step onto his fucking ship and he has like mahogany floors. And I'm I'm fucking in.
That's Heroes Reborn: The Return.
Okay. Yeah, that was like, I'm fucking in, dude.
His fucking spaceship with the wood panel floors.
Dude, it's so fucking good. And the mahogany specifically, I was like, this man knows what's up. Like,
if you can't do it in style.
Exactly. Dude, if I was hesitant to hear what he had to say and I stepped onto that ship, I'd be like, I'm listening. Tell me more.
Oh, man. So good.
It's great. Yeah. No, it's just an enjoyable time. Getting back to comics has been very, very nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited to do more.
He has the tiny key in this comic. I'm like, it's just cooler if the key's big. Come on.
Yeah.
I know we think
it's a little
clever because it's like a tiny key that's super heavy.
Puts it under the fucking doormat.
But the big key, though.
Yeah.
That's just better.
No, big key is,
yeah.
It just has something, you know? It's ridiculous. That's what it is.
And like, yeah. And just like, there's nothing special about this portrayal of Lois IMO.
Yeah,
compared
no.
to other versions. Like, it doesn't help that like in issue 2, she gets hit with a little like paranoia stuff, and it just makes the vibe all weird.
Yeah, that was
I feel like that's a little.
Like,
that's, I think upfronting that's a little weird.
Yeah,
The whole thing combined with like the art, it just makes everything a little. You feel unsettled.
That's a good word for it.
I don't want to be in a Superman comic. But.
Yeah, I mean, I was very. I think hindsight, I was softer on it because I didn't know like how almost episodic feeling these were going to be. Mm-hmm. So like the fact that we just like it was done and we moved on, I was like, okay, not that bad. If we hung out there for longer, I would have been like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Him getting hit with the kryptonite laser was pretty fun though. I just
fucking chill. Like, that's a fun way to find out that I'm immune.
Yeah, I was just chill as hell about it. That was good.
I guess it's also funny, like the way I experienced this was, so this came out over the course of like 3 years or something, and so it was already like considered like the Superman comic before I read it, but then before it was finished coming out rather. And so I first read it where I read like the last 3 issues or something as they came out, because I just gotten back into doing comics every week.
Yeah.
When I was in college. And it was like, yeah, this is good. But I don't know. It didn't blow my mind or anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, it can't be for everyone.
No. Everything has to be for me, or it's garbage. Right?
I know how you feel. I hate it when shit
I
doesn't
don't.
cater to my tastes. Infuriating.
I'm not mad about it. It's just
Yeah.
funny to me. But it
Oh,
is
dude, I mean,
it
it
is a
happens.
thing of like, when I was trying to, it was more a thing I was thinking about when I was trying to come up with Superman comics to show you, and like this is every list is going to start with this one if you look online. I feel like.
Gotcha. I mean, like, you know me, I'm down to, even if there was like something on a list that you thought was just absolutely not worth it, like, I'm still kind of down just because I like having the background and stuff.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
like I have like none of it. Like for you, it might be a thing that you don't think is worth reading, but you've also read it, and like, there's a balance to be struck between like, this is bad and we shouldn't do it, versus like, this is kind of not great but like we still should do it. So
Yeah.
not that this was bad, but in general.
No, this is
Also,
this
if
was
something-
good and worth doing. I think
If
it's
something's
just not. There's Superman. When Superman punches the big laser in the Lightweight short, things happen to the inside of me, my heart, and like it just does. It just does. This doesn't hit that way.
Yeah, I mean, even
This is
like
just
the
like
initial.
this is just like, oh, this is good. This is clever.
Dude, even the
like,
initial.
I feel like this is a little too cute sometimes, but
just seeing the
it's not getting
cover,
the feels.
seeing the cover of Superman smashes the Klan, I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
like this is kind of nice. This one, you look at it, it's like All-Star Superman. I'm like, what about him? Like, this doesn't tell me anything.
I mean, the idea of that first cover is he's nonchalantly sitting on a cloud. He's relaxed because
Yeah.
that's normal for him. He's
Yeah,
Superman.
but like, I want to see him about to throw fucking racist into oblivion.
Yeah, fair.
No, I was gonna say about reading stuff that's not necessarily great. It also gives me the ability to then shit on it. Sometimes someone's like, "Oh man, but this is like the second best thing." I'm like, "No, it's not." And then boom, you're in an internet argument, baby.
Hell yeah.
That's a.
It's
that's a
not-
joke.
well-
I don't get into those anymore because I'm not
Yeah.
participating in any communities anymore.
So the other thing I'll say about this that makes it easy to appear on those lists is you could just read it, right?
Yeah.
There's so many comics when I'm in this but it's so tied into like ongoing plots at the moment. So like there's stuff even that I think is great that's like, but really reading it's a whole bigger thing. You need to way more. You can't just read this.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
Or you can, but then what are you doing? I don't know.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's why at the end I was even like, does this like continue? It doesn't seem like it did based on what Hank told me, but
No.
and that's nice. Like, it's nice having a thing that's just sort of separated.
Yeah.
Because it never fucking happens.
And frankly,
Also-
part of what I like about superhero comics is the ongoing stuff. So
Also, you know what? How dare you? There's so much stuff that it was tied into or is tied into or whatever. And meanwhile, we're out here reading about the fucking backside of the universal map. I'm lost as hell.
yeah,
Shit's popping
Well,
off.
that was me inflicting that on you because I needed an excuse to read it.
Yeah. Like what? You'll
That
do
wasn't
it for
me.
that, but not for other shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll do it.
Just
I'll do it
send
when
it.
like I need to. It's like, look, that's the impulse that led us to watching Ultra Q. Okay,
Oh.
I want to consume this thing, but I don't know if I can motivate myself to do it on my own. Let's do it for the show. I'll make Ben do it too.
So that feeling is the preamble to misery. I got it.
So, I try not to do it all the time. I feel more confident when I know the thing is good, that and like I feel like I'm giving you some proper context for stuff so we can talk about it.
Yeah. And then sometimes you watch Ultra Q.
Look, that was the context to get more out of Shin Ultraman, and that part worked out.
Fucking unbelievable. Never punished. Just ridiculous. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but look, before you just say fucking just send it. That is what just sending it looks like, man. I don't think
sometimes it's fine. Yeah. Here's the thing. Just sending Ultra Q was like fine until it turned me crazy. It was good at the start. Good in that it was like bad or whatever. It was fine.
Well, it was,
but then it just started.
So you're like, it was just one of those things where like you're stuck. You're like, if we do more a week, it would be miserable to watch more every week. But if we watch less, then it would take longer to be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is going to be so much better when it's behind us.
Oh, dude, totally.
I will say, watching Ultra Q, when things get big, I find it funny in a way I just didn't. Just like, what if a thing was bigger? It's like it's that one's flipped over on me into being. It's just the funniest thing when your idea is just, what if this thing, but big.
That and the fucking. That Ultra Q was the one where we got like the thing. It was like the turtle with fucking boosters and like
yes,
blinkers and shit.
The turn signals.
Yeah. Like that was up there. Look, it had its moments. The fucking kid turning into like a wallet monster.
Yep.
I forget who was in the wrong on that one, but I'm sure it was the kid, right? Wasn't he a greedy little asshole or something?
I could not fucking tell you.
I think that because I thought it was like the moral, like he was a greedy little shitbag. Turns into a wallet demon.
Yeah. I'd seen that design before. I had no idea it was supposed to be a wallet. I thought it was some kind of clam thing.
Yeah, that's understandable.
All right. Well, I think that's a podcast.
Yeah, man.
Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Salt Circle Pod on Twitter, anchor.fm/Salt Circle. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/@Salt Circle.
YouTube.
Superman's good.
Superman is good. Glad to be back.